Hey, Good Fox here. Today we got MUT Men episode 77. I'm joined, as always, by the Texas boy. How are you, good sir?
I'm good. You good?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How's your last week been?
Crappy. Still sick, but coming out of it. So hopefully we can not be as sick so I can make more videos. I've been literally recording and editing. Just can't commentate. I sound awful. Coughing fits between the takes. It's just not worth it right now. So hopefully we'll be good this upcoming week.
Yeah. I mean, you can always edit out the coughs and whatnot. You sound good right now, though.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm on that cough syrup, bro. I'm on that scissor, that NyQuil. Severe cold and flu.
Is it smoky out there where you are?
Oh, it's so smoky. Like, the sun's red is how smoky it is. Like, that sun, wow, I'm drunk. The moon's red. The moon's red, right? It's just to go outside, look outside the moon, and just see like an orange glow. It's kind of crazy.
That's pretty weird. All right, I wouldn't like to be in that path of those fires, and it seems like the United States kind of got a lot of weather phenomena going on right now. But that leads us into the, how do I want to say, the natural, I guess that's a bad point. I was going to say disaster. How about the phenomenon himself, the phenomenon, ChewbaccaLemma. How are you, good sir?
That was quite an intro. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Good.
I feel like I'm with royalty right now. I got the Texas boy, Gut Fox.
Oh, you flatter us.
It's a good feeling. I just want this feels pretty good.
You're so positive. People who might not know who he is. He's a YouTuber. Talks a lot about what's that?
That's true.
That is true. He's also a teacher. He talks a lot about the auction house. Does a lot of sniping stuff. Amazing. Very knowledgeable about how to snipe. You're gonna learn a lot of things from his channel on sniping. He's been doing YouTube for, what would you say, like a year or year and a half or so?
A little, yeah, really serious at the beginning of MADDEN 17, but I did start at the end of 16.
Okay, yeah. So definitely check him out. I'll put all the links in the description here. If this is on iTunes, please give us 5 stars because I heard that actually helps us. This is the first time we ever asked for 5-star ratings, but I heard that actually boosts our podcast up on the ratings. Who would have known? And then 2, you go check out Chewy there on YouTube. So first up, I kind of want to talk about your specialty, the auction house, and what you do, like your sniping. If you can give any like just tips to the people. I know there's a ton of knowledge that you have, but any like what off the top of your head, or what would be the best tips for somebody starting in the sniping business?
Okay, that's a good question. I think what I find when people ask me what's the easiest way to make coins, honestly, I don't want to mess up the market too much, but it's really easy. I think a lot of people can do this. You can overprice. I think that's the easiest way. If you have no idea how the auction house works, buy cheap cards, like cheap elites, 80, 81s. So those are really good targets because you can buy them a lot of times for like 4,000 or 5,000. And just look, MUThead.com is, I'm not paid by MUThead, but you can look on MUThead and you'll see them sell for these 4,000 coin cards. You can buy them like anytime for 4,000. They sell for 6,000, 7,000. You can basically do that with any cheap elite. So if you're just trying to make coins, you can do the same thing. A lot of people say kickers are a really good way to do that too, but my opinion, 80 to 81, you're starting out. Those are the really good ones. They have a filter right on the auction house. 80 to 81, you can basically make, and then you can go play some solos and play head-to-head while you're waiting for stuff to sell. Also, don't take it off the auction house because a lot of times if you are putting them up for a couple thousand more, they'll sell within the last like 5 minutes. It's crazy. People will overpay. So, it doesn't make any sense. It's just people that don't know how the auction house works. Take advantage of those people. You can make a lot of coins.
So you basically, you're taking advantage of the people that are just beginning in MUT. You're taking advantage of like the 12-year-old kid or the older lady that's kind of trying to get into a new game, expand her mind.
Yep.
She's like, I don't know how this is working. And so basically, what you're telling us is you scam senior citizens for your profits.
Yeah, I didn't really think of it that way, but yeah, people go with like newest, and they think it's the newest cards. Like they're like, oh, or by buy now, they're like, oh, this is the cheapest elite corner at 7,000 coins. Even if you look, that it's maybe a corner for the Cowboys, and Scandrick goes for, he goes for more now, but say he'll go for like 3,000, 4,000 coins, and people will pay like 7,000, 8,000. So it's like Scandrick's not a good example because he goes for more than that, but there's like so many elites that you can do that with. Just make sure, do not take them off the auction house. It is crazy how many people can take advantage of that. And yeah, take advantage of senior citizens. Take advantage of the 8-year-old boys or girls. And no, it could be a girl. Take advantage of them and make a lot of coins.
Texas.
I've made over 2 million. So, and I haven't put any money in the game. So.
Yeah, and you always have like a top end team and no money spent, which is just insane to a lot of
86 people. Overall. I got Odell Beckham Jr. right now. I went on the grind, which we'll talk about that later. But
yep, yeah, definitely. Texas, what are your thoughts on overpricing in the auction house and sniping in general?
I mean, that's a smart strategy. I do it sometimes as well, but I don't do it the way he does it, where he goes out and buys low overall players. Like, if I see there's no card posted to the auction block, so my Trent Williams that I got for a pretty good deal, there's none up. I'll post mine for 300, 400K more than I probably got for to see if it will sell. And people do all the damn time too, which is a smart strategy. Don't go off what the price of it sells for. Go with what you think you can get for it. And I think that's how you should live life as well. Like, just don't really sell yourself short in a sense. Life lessons.
Texas is out here spitting wisdom. I like it. The Texas Wisdom Corner. We should start as a segment on the podcast. Maybe next week.
Of wise advice to somebody, and then just wrap it up. That concludes my segment.
I like that. I like that. We'll get it going on a weekly basis. That's our thing. That's our hook. That's how we'll get people coming in. So, what else? Texas wanted to talk about bidding on the auction house. Now, do you ever mess around with bidding, Chewy?
That will absolutely make you want to stab your eyes out. I don't know how anybody does that. You will be bidding on something, and you'll be bidding for like 15 minutes. How can anybody enjoy that? Now, I'm not saying there's not good deals to be made, because there is. But you will get outbid in the last second so many times that if you have both your eyes by the time that you're done bidding, I would be surprised. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah. Texas?
I don't like the format because I feel like you should just, once it expires, it should expire. So I don't think it should reset every single time. But this year I've had really good success when it comes to bidding. Two of the cards I got on my team right now I got for absolute steals. I got Olivier Vernon and also Trent Williams at half the cost from just bidding. I wanted Trent Williams to be the best left tackle in the game, not named Munoz, not he run block, not he pass block. He also, at the time, he was going for like 400,000 coins. I got him for 205K. And then with the Olivier Vernon, I got him for 115. He goes around 230. And so...
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say...
That's probably a rare circumstance when you're actually trying to get that card. If you're trying to get that card, go for it. If you're looking at that card and you see it bidding, of course, spend the 10 minutes to try to get it. Spend 15 minutes. But if it's actually trying to make coins, which obviously is what I do, I'm not going to waste my time because it's so long, and a lot of times you can't get those deals. But if it's a card that you definitely can get it for a better deal. I'm not arguing that. And if you're looking to try to make a team and you're like, I see it bidding, yeah, I think that definitely can work for sure.
Yeah, my question when I asked this question earlier to Gut Fox was like, how come people just stop bidding on stuff though? If a card goes for a lot of coins, why would you just stop bidding when you can make more coins if you were to just try to work the other person out? Like, there's no reason I should have got those two cards for half the cost of the original card that's on the auction block. Like, literally, one of the Vernons that I got, one sold on the auction block for 180. Meanwhile, I got one for 115. Like, one sold while the bidding was going on. And so,
I personally get bored with it. So, like, I just leave. Okay. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to. I'm sick of getting outbid in the last second and it refreshing, going back up to 15 seconds. I'm out of here. It's crazy to think that everybody does that. You would think that it would kind of get closer to like what it's actually worth. Mm-hmm. People, like, everybody wouldn't do that, but for me, I'll throw in a few bids and then I'll say, you know what, I'm going to bid up until, say it goes for 150. I'll bid up to like 115,000. If it goes over 115,000, I'm out. Once I see 115, I move on to something else.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because after tax, you'll make 15,000 coins, so it's not worth it. But I was wondering, like, do people just not care about bidding this year? And just because all prices are so high, they just don't even think about sorting down and trying to find a good deal on something? Because I don't get why I'm having success bidding this year, whereas last year I had no success. I couldn't get a card in my life last year.
It could just be random luck.
Twice
I
in
don't
a row,
know, but
though?
I think, yeah.
Like, usually, like, that's kind of, once it's a coincidence, right? Twice is kind of like a thing. How it goes.
Three would be a trend, but lightning striking twice. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like that, like Chewy said, like most veteran auction house players ignore that because it's so terrible.
Okay.
But
if you do bid in the game, you might get some good stuff apparently. So start bidding.
Yeah. The only time I'd ever bid on something is if server troubles. If there's server troubles acting up.
Like this past weekend?
Yeah.
Like this past weekend
if you know it's like scheduled maintenance, have you ever tried, like, I don't know if that actually would, like, if cards expire, like, if they have scheduled maintenance, like, wouldn't that be, like, I've never tried that, but if cards expire, like, in a half hour and they say there's going to be a scheduled maintenance, can you, like, bid on all those cards?
Yeah, I think
like,
so.
How does that, I don't know. I would think so. You could probably make a ton. I don't know. I've never tried it, but I feel like people probably try to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, this past week where the servers were down for, like, 2 hours, people were bidding on stuff and getting them because there were only a few people on the servers at the time for some reason. Like, if you close your game and you couldn't get back on, so some people won some cards this past week from bidding on.
If you're selling cards, I would not recommend it. Put it up for do not put a bid because one, you never know if EA servers are going to go down. Plus, Texas already said like you get it for a fraction of the price when you bid a lot of times. So if you put it just up for 180,000. A lot of times that will sell, but if you put a bid, if it's worth 180,000, it's not gonna probably go up to 180,000. I personally won't bid on it because I think it just takes way too long. But I personally, if you're selling cards, I don't think there's ever a scenario where you should put a bid price, and so I just always put it for like 99.5 and then 100,000 or whatever I'm selling it for. I don't know what you guys think when you sell cards, but I never even let it be a bid on.
Yeah, same here. I just think there's too much risk there, and there's no reward.
Yeah, you're not going to get more than what it's worth. No way.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, there's probably a small chance, but that's very.
The only time it would ever happen is if, like, it's like you're the first person to pull this card, and then maybe you list it for whatever and see people bid it up for the day. Like, say if it's a set card or something, and then you don't put a max cap on it or something. Let people bid it up to their own desire. Then you might make out a little bit better, but just on an everyday basis, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's bad. All right, so moving on. The current state of the MUT market and weekend league's effect on it. Now, Chew, I guess this is a question for you. Have you noticed what time of the week right now through Madden 18 has the highest prices? Because traditionally, Saturdays are the lowest prices, but we haven't had any limited time cards to pull, so that there's no reason to pull packs on Saturdays. So that means the prices shouldn't really lower that much. Plus, with the weekend league, everybody's going to buy their teams for the weekend and then sell off early in the week. Have you noticed anything different this year from past years?
Yeah, I definitely have noticed. It's hard for me to say, like, well, I haven't sniped nearly as much this year as I had in the past. So, I get on. A lot of times I do snipe like lower elites because to me it's just boring. If you're not hitting anything, I can't stay in front of a screen for an hour trying to snipe cards. I need stuff to happen. So I usually try to go after stuff that I know I can buy a lot of and not be bored. So for me, it doesn't really affect me too much because you can always do that no matter what time it is. I did notice quite a big crash. When was it? I want to say this past Thursday, Friday, when Team Leaders came out, there was a huge crash, a pretty big crash. But unless there's content being dropped, I haven't really noticed. And I don't know, maybe you guys can talk about this. Is this really low on content this year? I feel like we haven't had that much content for the very beginning of the year. Obviously Team Leaders, but I feel like the market has been pretty stable and prices actually just keep going up, especially for the higher elites. Is that different than the other years? I know that I'm the sniper, but I don't remember it being like this dry
Texas,
for so long.
Texas, do you want to answer first or should I?
Well, I'm going to respond to the market crash mostly on 85s and lower. Guys that had the previous cards of Team Leaders, so Anthony Barr, he crashed hard. He was like 30K, went down to 12,000 coins. So a lot of the high overalls didn't, but still the low overalls. But even last year,
that's right.
Antonio Brown's 90 overall, I know when my boy Philly Ron pulled him, he was 400,000 coins. Brown's what, 800K over here right now? And so
about that. Yeah.
I wonder if it's just with back odds. Like back odds probably are worse if that's the case. If a card last year was the same rating, if not.
But there's more elites.
There's more softcore elites, but hardcore elites are still like not really coming out of it. So, your turn, Fox. Your turn. You got this.
Yeah. So about the whole market crash and variance. So it's always been like a week or two has been the absolute peak of the market for the whole season into the game, because you're right, they don't really drop a lot of content right when the game starts because they've just dropped a huge game, and so they're just getting back from vacation. So everybody at EA takes vacation right before the game launches, and then when the game launches, they're back in the office. So they're putting together their plan and their content going forward. But these first few weeks, like last year, we got like the Color Rush promo a few weeks into it, and this year we're getting kind of Team Leaders around the same time frame, I think. But it's it's twofold this year for why the market's going up. One is because the NAT sets are taking these cards off the market. So these power-up sets...
There's no supply.
Yeah, so the supply on these auctionable cards are going down, but people still want the cards, so the demand is still there, and they're not coming out of packs any quicker than it has in previous years. So that's why Julio's like 1 million coins, Brown's like 800,000.
That's nuts.
So that's why the thing's going up. And then, yes, the lack of promo. Whenever a promo comes, that you're right, it wipes out a lot of card value, and the price is lower dramatically as people try and get the new content. So once we get that new content, yes, the market will go down, and team leaders makes sense that it dropped the market. It kind of looked that way, like Texas said.
Yeah, especially the lower one. Yeah, if they're higher than an 86, people aren't gonna. Most likely, there will maybe be a slight shift because if they're doing the team leaders, they're gonna maybe get rid of their 87s to save some coins, but. For the most part, higher elites, yeah, that's a good point, Tex. They weren't basically untouched. If anything, they just keep going up. It's pretty crazy how expensive they. Yeah, and the packs have been terrible.
Just the packs is like, even we get the weekend league rewards later on, but I saw more people pull higher overall elite out of the other packs than they were pulling out of the ones in elite tier. So it's just pretty bad right now when it comes to getting an 86 or better. Even Legend Fantasy packs, like, people aren't really pulling 87s out of those. It's mostly 84s and 85s, guaranteed. So
it's crazy. Yeah.
That's why the market's so high. Plus, I guess a lot of people are not doing those auctionable packs, 82. I think everybody's doing NAT packs for even the Gauntlet Unleashed. So not too many elite cards are going to the auction house every week.
Yeah. And that's kind of where we're going to next is the long-term effect of NAT cards and the Gauntlet Unleashed rewards. So nice transition, Texas. Now, I guess I'll throw this over to Chewy first. Are you doing the Gauntlet Unleashed every weekend or not?
Oh, yeah, I did it this past weekend. I pulled I always like to get the better cards. Even though they're non-auctionable, I went with the 85 plus, and I've been getting the Gauntlet trophies. I hit Derek Johnson.
Wow.
The previous one I hit Rashad Jones, which was a pretty good hit. I was happy with that one. But and then I went in and powered him up. Really good card, but I don't know. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not really that much. The solos are a little lengthy, but when you talk about getting a free 85 plus, it's even with it not being auctionable. I think the Gauntlet Unleashed, I actually really like. Maybe I don't know if this is what you got. If you guys will agree, I actually really like the Gauntlet Unleashed. I feel like the rewards are pretty solid when it comes to solos.
Yeah. Texas, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree as well. I think they're probably the best set of... Gauntlet this year has been the best thing we've gotten. Everything else has been kind of... If you had to rank them, long shot solos are probably dead last. Journey's dead last, I mean. Long shot solos are probably
Journey has to be the absolute worst.
A step above his long shot because not really much there besides the Devin Wade.
How long did Journey take? 14 hours,
14 hours for 64K. This is why people buy coins, yeah.
And an 86 overall garbage receiver.
Yeah, that drops everything. It has a terrible release. So, yeah, Journey's dead last. But the Gauntlets this year, for the rewards you get with the players, the Terrell Suggs, the Adrian Peterson, and the coins, really the contracts are really important for guys who aren't spending money. It's amazing. So the Gauntlet's been dope. And it is a long time though, because I think I streamed the first sequence. It was like it takes about 2.5 hours to knock out those, which is a long time. It's a long time for solos, but I mean 85 overall. And I got lucky with it. I've been pulling fire out of the ones on the Xbox. PS4, I pulled Cameron Wake, and I pulled what's the other boy's name? Fullback Janovich. I was so salty. But then on Xbox, I've been pulling good stuff out of it. So I'm actually really enjoying the stuff of it, especially with the power-up sets being as nice as they are, especially if you get a high-tier guy like the Landon Collins or a David Johnson, get into that next tier with the ability. It's made a lot of people's teams better because people have been pulling a lot of good stuff out of those. You should play him. You should play him, Fox. You got to play him, man.
Yeah, so I did. I got the 85 plus NAT. I think I pulled an 86 right end or something. I forgot who it was. So pretty not the greatest in my mind because generally linemen don't go for a ton on the defensive line. But overall, I like them. I like that they're giving us the choice on the NAT stuff, and it does seem like most everybody is choosing the NAT reward. So as much as we complain about these NAT stuff, it's like we're choosing it on this, and I think that's the ideal situation. Would you guys disagree, Texas?
I think it is. I think that's what EA wants, to give us a choice, which is kind of... I just watched The Matrix, and the whole movie premise is basically about giving somebody a choice. So I wonder if EA had the same thing watching it, like give somebody the choice to choose which feature they want.
So, Texas, what pill are you taking? Are you taking the red or the blue pill?
I mean, I don't think I'm Neo. I don't think I'm the outlier. I feel like I got to keep my regular life. I don't think I'm going to be the guy out there. I'm going to be living in a crappy location, eating weird oats. I'm not Neo, bro.
Okay.
I can't fly. I'm just some regular dude. So I'll probably just go back to my normal life.
So you're not taking the red pill. How about you, Chewy? You're clearly choosing the NAT here. So are you fine with that, or would you rather have the optional pack just be 85 overall plus and be done with it?
I mean, I guess if you had that choice, but obviously they made it 82 plus, so people would choose the non-auctionable one. If they had, obviously you would rather it be auctionable so you could sell it if you don't hit something good. Or I haven't had this yet, but I'm sure people have gotten it. Especially really bad if you did Gauntlet Unleashed 2 weeks in a row and got the same exact card. I remember last year when I was getting ultimate tickets before they made them worth whatever, you could sell them for like 50,000. But those free ultimate tickets, and getting like Brandon Marshall 3 times.
Oh no!
It's like. So hopefully not many of you guys have fallen in that camp, but that's probably the worst feeling when you get a repeat because nothing you can do with it. But yeah, of course I would rather it be auctionable, but I don't mind it. 82 plus, that's not. If I got an 82 plus though, I would not be doing these. That is not worth it. But 85 plus, non-auctionable. I hope they up that because right now, like I feel like with the team leaders, those are 86s. Maybe they could when we get. Maybe they probably won't up it until like the Halloween promo, but we'll see what they do for the next. I'm sure they'll up it within a few weeks, but I don't mind it.
I did the math, and we'll be getting these until January, so we'll be getting I think 15 more weeks of this now. 15 more weeks of these free 85 overall elite. So hopefully they'll add a set together. I think the sets are more important. Cause I just seen somebody pull this player today since EA has it unlocked right now because I guess they made a mistake. You can play and get your free elite today if you want to. He pulled Travis Kelce again. So he has 2 89 overall Travis Kelces. And so they had a set in the game to where like it's a reroll set. And just make it for NAT cards. Don't make it for anything else. Just make it for NAT cards. Go 88. Go 87, go 86, and 85, and all the way up to 90. If you pull a duplicate, just put that in there with the team token, maybe. If you want to maybe
you have to make it,
and just re-roll it. You can do it like once a week or something like that. So that way people can actually go back and re-roll these players they get duplicate players of. So it's easy fix, very easy fix. I doubt they do it, but it'd be nice if they did.
Yeah, doesn't sound like EA, but that does sound like I like it. I think. If you get a duplicate, I can already. If I do Gauntlet Unleashed and I get a duplicate, it takes way too long, and it's sim, so sim style just takes longer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sim's terrible. If it makes you feel any better about those ultimate ticket sets, I pulled 10 of them. I got 0 repeats, so.
Oh.
In 17, so it should make you feel actually worse. Those were the best pulls I had my entire life for those free ultimate tickets. I don't know how I pulled 10 different ones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got lucky. 10 out of like the 18 possibles. All right, moving on to what is it? MUT Master being NAT. Are you guys fine with Sean Taylor being NAT? I personally hate it. I think it's terrible that I know they want to reward the grinders and stuff as the only ones that are going to own a MUT Master, but that kind of defeats the purpose. I know they gave a good coin reward for the solos afterwards, but it seems like this game's going so NAT, and especially making the peak of your game, the MUT Master right now, the highest overall card in the game, NAT is kind of like, what's the point of the auction house? I mean, I know there's a lot of live series, but when is this whole thing going to go like the MLB route? And almost everything's NAT except for some live cards that you end up putting in a set for NAT cards. Anyways, it just seems so against the market. The whole game mode's focused around the market. Why funnel it into NAT cards? I don't know. What is your guys' opinion on MUT Master being NAT? Texas?
I think the reason why I made it NAT was because they seen how people will buy these crazy cards, finish early, and then sell the card for crazy amounts of money. That's
the point of finishing early.
So I think there's a reason why they're kind of trying to maybe cut these guys who are selling coins on the black market away from like doing that, because it'd be like, imagine like finishing like they did last year, making it like 5 million coins out the gate. Like that's a good hefty amount of money you could have made off of that, off of the grind, and you turn that into actually hardcore cash, and then you're good to go. But I'm not really upset at him being like NAT because I guess he's being your team for the entire year. So you got the best card in the game.
He's got like low 90 speed. That's gonna be trash in February.
But they'll
right?
power him up, right? They have to power him up. Eventually.
No, they said MUT said on Twitter, no master players are getting our power up.
MUT also said that you can get your coins back playing Draft Champion. So what the hell is he talking about? We'll see what that guy has to say.
That's true. He did end up retracting that. That is true.
So I mean, they'll eventually do something along the lines like that. I think people wanted to power up Odell Beckham to the 94, which I don't know why they just do that in the first place. And they can't. I think they did retroactively too. They didn't say power ups outside of master cards in the blog will be the best cards in the game. No. They said power ups will be the best card in the game. Now they're adding the asterisks and adding something after the fact, which is annoying. But they should be able to power them up. I feel like every card should be able to get upgraded if another one, if a better one comes out, and hopefully they will go in that direction. If not, I mean, at least you finish early, you have one of the best cards in the game for that time being. And Legends in this game play extremely well. Like, if I played with Atwater, he played amazing for me. So I think if I get the Sean Taylor, I can imagine what he's going to do for me.
I'm very disappointed with that answer. Chewy, what are your thoughts on NAT MUT Master?
All right. This is not going to be a popular among you, but I actually don't mind it. You get 1 million coins for doing the set, and then the solos or whatever you get with. Was it like solos?
The objectives.
Yeah.
They're annoying,
okay.
by the way. You got to get 243 pass deflections.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like just win so many games with him.
No. It's just his career stats. So he like.
Okay, so that's not fun. But 250,000. This is the first year I'll ever have done MUT Master, which I'm well on. I'm like the passing yards and rushing is gonna take forever. I can't believe people already have done it, but I'm like halfway there. And I've done everything else, so I'm gonna get him this year. But let's not act like EA saying this is to reward the grinders. That's definitely not the case. It's not a coincidence that almost everything rewards are non-auctionable. So I don't believe it's to reward the grinders. For me personally, like this one thing, MUT Master, rewarding those people who actually are putting the time into MUT, I don't mind it. I know it goes against obviously Mr. Gut Fox completely disagrees, but for this specific card, I may disagree with some other stuff. I do not mind it being non-auctionable. Just for this one. Just MUT Master, reward the grinders, this one card. Of course, they went overboard, but
like, wouldn't you reward the grinders more if you allowed them to auction it off?
I mean, you're still getting... Well, again, I was under the assumption when I was thinking this that I was getting 1 million coins, which I sort of am, but... I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But like MUT Master in like 15 was like 500,000 coins, and then Richard Sherman,
then you got the
99
card,
overall,
which probably went for what, a couple million or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't mind like the grinders having this 95 exclusive card. The one thing is this card is going to be obsolete in January. So not obsolete, but it's going to be not a top tier card. So that's the one thing. Like, you would much rather have your coins. I would think. You play with them a little bit, you sell them. Yeah, I don't know. But for me, I don't necessarily mind it too much with this specific card. I gotcha. Of course, I would rather it be auctionable. I'm not saying I am all like that, but it doesn't really bother me. Not like it bothers you.
Yeah. It's just more the things of I don't know why they take it away from the NAT. Like Texas said for coin sellers and whatnot. I don't see how it fights coin sellers. I think it's further. This game is going very nanny state, and they're telling us what's good for us rather than us letting the free market decide what it's worth and what its value is. And that's something I generally want to just kind of get away from it and discourage at all chances. So let's just move on.
Imagine what Sean Taylor would go for in this market, though.
He'd go for like 2.5 million.
Yeah, Odell's a couple mil, so I would say he's gonna go for more than Odell. So,
but the thing is, he's gonna crash in price. Like, remember, Von Miller was the best edge rusher last year for those. What was that set? What was those solo sets early that he was like
man of the month?
Yeah, man of the month. He crashed down pretty early because people are doing the MUT Master. There's a few MUT Masters now, and it'll go down quite a bit. So I think if MUT Masters were auctionable right now, it would probably be cheaper than Odell. Now that I think about it, because I know somebody else has done it. Somebody else did it the night that Delhi did it. Delhi just got it first. But
there's been more Odells done at this point. Maybe though Sean Taylor, maybe in like a week it would start going where Sean Taylor would go underneath Odell. I think he would probably still be a little bit more because I can't imagine there's probably only been like a handful of people, maybe a little bit
Xbox
more, but
too, because a lot of the guys on PS4 didn't get the game until the 23rd,
so they don't have the dailies done.
22nd.
Yeah.
So that daily is usually the last one.
So it's probably still going. It would probably go for 2.5–3 mil, my guess, with the market.
That's
but
not
it
terrible.
will probably fall within a few weeks when more people get it. Definitely, because
Right.
I would say a lot of people are doing that more so than the OBJ.
It's easier, really. I mean, actually, you got to do both of those. So I wonder, it goes hand in hand for solos and also for the MUT Master.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys think of silvers? And it's a wild card set versus the specific teams, like kind of like golds are specific teams. Chewy, what are your thoughts on the silvers? Just being wild card to get those tokens.
The silver tokens.
Yeah.
They had to do it, and there was just too few silvers.
Even as an auction house sniper, someone that's making a profit off of mispriced goods and silvers that would be mispriced, you're okay with them going wild card and destroying the value?
Yeah, that's true. To me, like, I don't get enough enjoyment out of silver cards, so to me, like, I don't usually even touch silvers or golds when I'm sniping. But I'm talking like for the whole like the experience. I'm looking at it from a MUT perspective, and from a sniper perspective, of course. The more like higher value cards, more cards to snipe. People put cards up for 100 coins that go for 5,000. Yeah, that's great. But for the MUT, I mean, they honestly, if they wouldn't have done that, this OBJ set, these team leaders would be so expensive that I actually don't know like how many people would even do it. Like you can actually do OBJ for relatively. It would take you a long time, but it's not that expensive because silver token. How much does it cost to get a silver token? Like 5,000 coins, probably. Like it's not that expensive.
Probably about 5,000 to 6,000.
It's 6 times 5, 6K, 6K mostly. If you're not buying
500 coins at the minimum,
yeah.
Because a lot of those 60 to 64s, I mean, you can just buy a 500 coin pack in the store and you almost always get a 60 to 64. I mean, or better. Like, there's really no reason to pay 500 for at least the slower silvers when you can just go to the
pack, which
store,
potentially. Yeah.
But some people aren't smart enough to go to that store, and so they overprice.
Yeah, talk about the baby goats.
15K for some reason. People don't know they can go buy them out of the store. People aren't that bright when it comes to this game, man. It's crazy.
How about you? That's why Chewy takes advantage of it, makes some coins off
of
them.
Bro. You can't
got it, yeah.
Dumb people dictate what you do. Like it's a moral, but hey, it's a video game.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't know about a moral. I was kind of going along. I was kind of trying to make Chewy sound bad with it, but no. If you're not doing it, somebody else is. Texas.
Yeah, right.
What about you with the silvers? What are your thoughts on the wild card versus specific teams?
It's weird because like I like the wild card, but just because EA again didn't think in the future about making these teams balanced, it could have been better if again like it had a set amount of silvers for each team. But because I think for some teams had lesser silvers, they had to go with the wild card. I like the specific ones because it adds value. So imagine what Viking silvers will be going for right now. That Viking set is the best one to do right now, mostly because of that Anthony Barr that's in there. So imagine what you can sell Viking silvers for, which adds more value to packs, which I'm all about. Because I like pulling packs, and I like pulling pro packs, and I like pulling packs that give you silvers. And if I pull a silver Viking, I'm kind of sad because I can't sell that card for as much as it would be going for like in last year's Madden, where you had to get surge silvers, and the silver and bronze players going for a lot. Selling bronze lines last year's Madden for 3,000 coins, selling silver painters last year for 5,000 coins. Like, I love that. This year now it's just about gold. It's all about golds, which I'm not a fan of.
I'm right there with you, Texas. I loved when they had it by team specific to make certain demands higher and lower, and that way, packs have more value. But now they're just all kind of silver's kind of just like, I just sell it for 500, whatever, get rid of it.
But with the team leader sets now, like that would have been so expensive, like almost impossible. Like you might go to a team and there'd be no silvers up.
Yeah, then you just buy pack. Then people would buy packs and they'd list the silvers. That's what it is. It's just wildcard silvers for each team, so it would stimulate pack buying and pulling. You can pull packs with coins and potentially make your coins back. It's right now it's pretty decent on packs for coin buying, but with the specific silvers it would be even better.
And with the packs they got in the store, fantasy packs is what they guarantee team silvers. Why?
Yeah.
Like they have fantasy packs in the store. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like I understand that people complained about it, but they had a plan for it. I guess they just didn't implement it in time for them to people say, so I can just buy this pack to guarantee me 3 silvers from this team.
Yeah. I right there. All right, let's move on to. We got a lot of topics. All right, this one's kind of out of left wall, and we'll kind of get back to more economy stuff. MUT Squads. So, do you guys enjoy playing MUT Squads? Chewy, we know Texas's answer. Chewy.
Oh, I love MUT Squads. I think it's a really fun game. I don't know if you're going to talk about maybe people actually watching MUT Squads.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But for me personally, I love playing it. You got to have a couple friends. If you just go in by yourself, I would recommend being the quarterback, or you might just find somebody just keeps kneeling it, just trolling you. But if you have a couple friends, you can get on, at least one friend, hopefully. Make sure you're the quarterback or your friend is. But besides, I think it's really fun. Now, when it goes to the YouTube, the Twitch side, I don't think it has really any. I thought it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be good for collaborations. I really overestimated that. I don't think people really want to watch 3 people play. I was wrong there. I thought that more people would want to watch it.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? That nobody wants to watch it. The camera angle.
Yeah, I think the camera angle definitely doesn't help. I think 3 people is like probably too like it's tough to do a collaboration with 3 people and the camera angles. If it was maybe just 2, like a lot of times you see collabs with, I mean, usually it's just 2 people, maybe. But I think 3v3 is really fun. Like I think for the players, but I think 3 people, maybe that's just too much going on, too many things happening on the screen, and obviously the camera angle. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Texas, do you want to go second?
I think it's the camera angle probably plays a factor as well, but it's not what we were sold it to be. I made this point like a couple of podcasts ago. If you had play a friend, collabs would be better. If you can go take your 3 versus another YouTuber's 3, people will watch. But that's not the case. Usually it's just a bunch of at least all the games that I play is literally just picks that the other team's throwing and us just running the ball. So I don't think it's entertaining because you're not really playing against anybody trying to win. You're just playing for the tokens at this point. So I think once they add play your friend, it might take off a lot more view-wise. But until then, right now, it's just going to be kind of stable.
Definitely, yeah, they definitely need to add that for sure.
Like, are people? So I haven't done. I've done maybe 1 MUT Squads video. Wait, I can't even. Maybe I haven't done any MUT Squads video. I've done a little bit on Twitch, but has anybody put like the time into editing MUT Squads video like they have into a lot of other videos? Like what are those pack pull, guess who's, those kind of editing stuff that Lost and Unbound used to do? Has anybody done any kind of like crazy editing on MUT Squads like that? Like I haven't seen any Victionary.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because
done?
like Vic did one on Twitter that popped where he tweeted out Bird getting broke. His Bird got broke.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was funny. Yeah.
And then they uploaded something with Sly and Bird as well. I'm on Vic's channel right now to see how good that video did for MUT Squads, which I can't see right now because okay, yeah, you got decent views because Vic got 19,000 views, but usually Vic's around 30, so that one didn't do as well as the other ones did.
So it got 1/3 of the amount of views as the other ones.
Yeah, it got like 1/3 less. 1/3 less. So yeah, he's having around 30,000 for most of his stuff, other than streams. And then like videos he puts his time into, he does all his edits. So yeah, people are watching. They're just not watching as much as I thought it would. I thought it might be the biggest thing on YouTube, but it seems like Weekend League is taking over for squads.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so my view on MUT Squads, I don't think it's been fully embraced by both the viewers, but like I said on I think it was the TT23 podcast, Chewy's friend, we mentioned something. I think it might not have the right title or editing style yet, but people are gonna find it, and hopefully me and Texas we had a little fun with the MUT Squad last week on stream. Hopefully that one pops, but who knows if it will.
Hope so, man, because I want to need more of those. Once I'm not sick, once we get some lines drawn, we can make this thing happen.
Yeah, even without the lines, if it's edited well, I think it might do well. Anyways, moving on. You guys asked me what are the best packs to buy, and my answer is easily those goat packs, the gold goat packs with guaranteed 1 to 3 goats in it. The amount of return on value in those packs is insane right now, because like Texas said earlier, people are buying these goats on the auction house for like 11K is what I've seen. I don't know if you've seen 15K, but I've been seeing 11K people buying these goats for it. So if you get 1 to 3 goats, you average about 1.5 goat a pack. for 450 points. So that's like what, $4? $4 for 20,000 coins. Easy, easy, easy. Because you also get a 75 plus gold and a couple other guaranteed cards. So those are by far the best packs to buy right now. Any other questions, or should we just move on?
I guess so. I mean, people are saying the pro packs are the 150 point packs are pretty good as well. I don't know if you pulled those, but people have been getting good stuff out of those. I
have, but my pack luck's terrible, remember? So I go for guaranteed things, guaranteed value. But yeah, I pulled $1,000 in those pro packs and premium packs too, and not much. All right. Next up, do you guys think people get mad at promos changing from year to year, from going from like team leaders last year, or what were they, to team leaders last year? Team heroes to team leaders.
And then team leaders this year.
Yeah. Do you think people get mad at promos changing? Like if they change up the Thanksgiving promo or the Halloween promo or the Christmas promo? And do you think that's right for them to get mad at those promo changes? Or if we get the promos the same, would we just get bored? Chewy.
People to get mad at the name, just the name change?
Just
that,
general, I think.
That seems silly. But I don't know. I don't really have a problem with the team leader, team hero. I don't really know what to add here. I don't really find a problem with it. But if people want to be upset about it, I guess be upset. I'm just like whatever. Like I enjoy MUT, so it's hard for me to complain too much about something like that.
But you don't.
But maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, you don't get mad at like. Say you really liked one promo last year and then they change it for this year. You don't get mad at them repeating the promo again year to year?
Honestly, I've never really put any thought to it. I really do enjoy MUT, so it's like, the gameplay always can be better, but I always like the idea of this whole Ultimate Team thing. Some things I wish were better, but I've never really thought about it, so I guess I'm still... I've only played MUT like really serious for 3 years, so it's not.
That's a pretty long time.
Maybe I'm too. It's not too stale yet.
Texas, how about you? What do you think about them changing the promos year to year? Is that something to be upset about, or do you like it?
It depends on the promo. Like I didn't like when they brought the Thanksgiving promo out back in that MADDEN was it 15 with the first food collectibles.
Wait, the 15 had the cornucopia packs. Those were great.
I know, but which one of those was terrible?
16.
One of the ones, 16 was terrible?
Yeah, 16.
Okay, so I didn't like when he brought it back for that one. It was same name, but it was changed up. So like I don't expect anything. I like change, like when they try something different, but it can't be that bad. I know they can't gauge these things down there because they don't really know, because they're surrounded by yes men and nobody kind of questions anything, unfortunately. But
throwing shots.
They changed it up, and it was so bad. And so, like, I'm cool with changes if it's beneficial to everybody. I hate when they change something just because they want to try something different and it doesn't succeed. Like again, as the saying Lil Wayne said, if it ain't broke, don't break it. So don't do that, EA. Stop doing that. And so when they bring a new promo out and it's the same name but not as good, kind of mad. Like Team Leaders, for example. I'm not a fan of this Team Leader promo, even though it's kind of good coin that you can make out of playing solo challenges. Last year's was better because of better value in pack pulls, so I can pull a lot of packs with money and get a good return on my investment.
That's an interesting take. So I took it as you actually liked Team Leaders. You don't like Team Leaders, this promo?
Well, I liked some of the cards, but as a whole, like no. No, as a whole, it could have been done better. I don't know how the first one was done. I would like to see what the first one was and why it was so confusing. I mean, you saw some of the players that they had, which you had to replace because people wanted that Brandon Cooks. But Brandon Cooks already had 86 overall, so why would you let Brandon Cooks? Same thing with Deion Jones. So I wonder what was going on with that and why they had to redo it. But not a fan of what they did with this one, mostly because of the chemistries and the players that they decided to choose for the teams.
Do you want to get into that? That's our next topic. EA's mistake with those chemistries.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into that. So, with Team Leaders as well. A few mistakes were made by EA, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be negative about it. Hopefully they'll fix it when they get back to the offices after the hurricane. Or is Jose supposed to hit Miami or hit Florida? Or anybody know?
Wait, Say that again.
Is Hurricane? It's Jose, right? Hurricane Jose.
Oh, is Jose Hurricane?
Yeah.
Is Hurricane? I don't know right now. I think it's supposed to go off into the Atlantic, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So but anyway, if they go back to work and they make things happen, it might resolve the issue that I have with this particular promo. So the first gripe I have is you have to use 5 players from that team leader to get the chemistry active to tier 3, but you only get 186 overall. So if you already have a good team, you kind of got to use a bunch of 80 overalls if you want that plus boost to chemistry for that, which is annoying. I don't know why they didn't just give those guys the same chemistry they had on the regular elite cards like they've been doing for other cards since they're getting upgraded. I don't know why they had to do a team leader chemistry, because I can't get it active unless I want to use a lot of low tier players in my team, which I'm not going to use a low tier guard in this game that has 70 pass block. That's not going to happen. Don't understand that. Second gripe I had over here with this promo was you can't do anything with the 80 overall players you get once you complete all the solo challenges and get your 86. So you basically are stuck with, if you knock out all of them, what is that? That's 5 times 32, 180, 190 players that you're stuck with in your binder that have no set for them. You can't collect them for an 86 overall. You can't collect them even for an 82 overall elite or team tokens. So you're just kind of stuck with a bunch of players in your binder that you don't want to quick sell just in case EA does that something in the future, but if you're out of room, you might be forced to. Didn't like that whatsoever at all when it comes to that. And then, on top of that, I don't like that the packs aren't really worth pulling because you're not really getting good value back out of it unless you're pulling specific teams. So the Jets one, nobody's doing the Jets set, so the Jets players are all cheap. But the Vikings one, everybody's pulling that pack because the Vikings are going for like 5,000 coins. You still make your coins back buying it with coins because they're 20,000 coins for the packs. Meanwhile, Vikings go for 5K. So you'll still lose coins out of pulling packs. I just don't get a lot of the things with it. And a lot of the players from each team also is not really great. Thomas Davis for the Panthers is not great. Kellen Benjamin.
Oh, he's terrible.
Just tall and slow, can't run routes. Who else is there I'm thinking of for other teams? The Jets have a few players. The Jaguars. So I feel like the choices really weren't great. And then, of course, we get Myles Garrett for some reason. So anybody that did Myles Garrett said got rewarded with 86 overall.
Good for them.
Yeah, I got him.
It's annoying. Like, why? What has he done? He missed his first game with an ankle injury. Let's give him 86 overall.
Yeah, but the 86 overall looks pretty trash, though. It's got, like, no power or finesse move.
Yeah, but
it's got, high strength,
true.
But I didn't really see anything else.
True.
Yeah.
But I just feel like a lot of things with this promo, they could have done a lot better. And they fixed it.
It makes sense.
They probably had to rush it out because they wanted to get it out since they were going to be out of the offices.
It is true. That's something you kind of gotta think on, that they were really rushing before getting locked out of what they could have thought like blown like their entire city down. But once again we saw EA screw up chemistry. That's nothing new. We kind of am used to it for 18. It's another year to ignore chemistry. I think except for maybe I like the run block chemistry and the zone coverage chemistry only if you have top end players right now. And we can get into that in a little bit later, why I like that zone chemistry. But as to the team leaders, I do not hate I do not hate the team leaders. I think it helps. They hit basically every market that they wanted to hit with their promo. They gave a lot to the solo grinders. There's, 600 solos or something crazy to do.
Yeah.
That's the best
They
part
gave-
about the promo.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah. They gave, and you're getting a lot of coins for those solos too, and they're pretty well rewarding you. And they gave a lot to the pack pullers because golds have gone up tremendously. They could have gave more with the silvers. They gave a lot to the pack pulls that have a lot of coins too, because now you can buy Odell. The fact that they made Odell and Mac auctionable, I wanted to give them a round of applause because I'm really glad we didn't get an NAT bullshit there. So people can buy them, that you don't have to grind out every single solo, every single set. You can only also if you want to have a little bit of a break, the solos basically cut the cost of the set in half with the amount of 80 overall golds you get, plus the elite solos. You get one free 80 on those. So you get one free gold on the elite solos and then the 86 for finishing
so
them.
You only need 3 gold tokens basically. You got to pay for. To get a player.
So that's really nice. So I think EA with this promo, it's kind of, in my opinion, almost ideal, with a couple issues like Texas pointed out on chemistry and whatnot that are there, but this is this is a strong start to Madden 18's promos, in my opinion. Chewy, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm going to go way off of what Texas said. I actually, and maybe more mimic you, Gut Fox, but I actually really did enjoy it. It did take a long time. Like, I have Odell Beckham on my team right now. I don't know how long I'll keep him because it's tough to keep a card that costs 2 million coins, but but he is absolutely amazing. But he's by far the best card, I think, in the game. But maybe besides Sean Taylor, but not many people have him. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I got an 86 overall, like 16 86 overalls from doing it. It didn't cost me much coins at all because the coins you get from the solos, and I did like the Vikings when they were like 3,000 a piece. So that was nice to save a little bit of coins there. You get like Anthony Barr. There's Tevin Coleman, like an amazing card, which I've been using, which is, he's fantastic. Terrell Pryor, I really like. Terrell Pryor is really good. So if you do the Redskins. Eli Apple is really good. Maurice Alexander is really good.
Wait, you chose Apple over Eli?
Eli Manning.
He's going to power up eventually for 87, bro. You got to think ahead, man. 87 overall quarterback's going to be amazing.
An 87. I mean, I thought Eli corners are expensive. I have Phillip Rivers. I'm happy with Phillip, but yeah, I went with Eli. Maybe I went with Eli Apple. Yeah. I like the Eli Apple. But Maurice Alexander, there's some really good cards on the AFC. I think the AFC is a lot weaker, but you do have some good cards over on the AFC. I really like Giovanni Bernard. I really like, but I like Tevin Coleman a little bit better. But I don't know. There's a lot of good cards. All 86s. It's okay. Like it's not the best cards in the game, but I think that would be too broken. And they're pretty good cards. Like if you do the team leaders, you're gonna have a really good team this early on, and really all you have to do is grind. Like that's the thing. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing with Odell now. I'm not going to say I enjoyed 300 solos, but I enjoyed seeing it when I got Odell Beckham Jr. and seeing that I got a bunch of 86 overalls. So
it's kind of crazy, though, because, like, I thought you'd have a good team, but none of the linemen are game-changing. So you have a lot of good skill position. They did a good job of giving you skill position players, but linemen, all of them are terrible. They're either, like, 83, or 85, or they're, like, 88, 82. Like, there's nobody that gets that tier one or top tier of the pass blocking or run blocking. So the skill guys are good though. Like I said, Terrell Pryor is amazing. Tevin Coleman's the best guy out of the entire bunch. But it's kind of amazing that linemen still get no love from EA.
They don't love the big boys, huh?
Nope, that's kind of crazy because like they're the reason why people are good at football. The reason why Tevin Coleman has that 90 speed because of freaking the linemen in front of him.
Yeah. The Falcons became good when they got Alex Mack.
Right?
What's that?
Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so, hey, did we talk about who the best team leaders are in our opinion besides for, like, Barr? Did we go, Texas, do you have any best team leaders for us?
Well, I didn't choose Barr, by the way. I did the Viking set. I did that one for cheap, actually, because of the, so I learned this recently. When you play MUT Squads, you get credit for MUT Master progress or anything for objectives playing that mode. So, Vic had the 82 overall Ted again, which I got a gold badge for. Then I had my All Pro Ted again for the token, for MUT rewards. So I got 2 gold tokens for free. So I did that one for cheap. But I didn't choose Barr though, because I figure it's kind of hard to find a pass rusher in this game with good speed, good finesse move, and good block shit. And I chose Hunter. So I think Hunter over Barr. Hunter over Barr is much better option, especially because you can get like Willie McGinnis if you want somebody that's tall and fast. Willie McGinnis is what 6'5". With like 84 speed too. So,
yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, so I figure I would just go ahead and choose a defensive end that can also double out as a linebacker because he's also 6'5" as well.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Yeah, I think Hunter over Barr because he has better finesse move, better power move, and better block shit, and not as good speed, but it's only a -1 in speed. Coleman obviously is up there. The Jets cornerback, Claiborne, 87 man coverage is amazing. Can't boost still 90, unfortunately. Maurice Alexander's not bad, but I'm not going to choose any free safety besides Byron Jones, mostly because Sean Taylor is going to be unauctionable. So I'm not going to get an 86 overall I can't do anything with once I get Sean Taylor. Now that you guys, well, don't pick anybody that's going to be a high position in your team that's unauctionable, untradeable.
And also, yeah, with that, I made the same call on the strong safety I have a non-auctionable Rashad Jones. So I'm like, he's never an 86 overall is not going to play on my team. So same with Deshaun Taylor. I ended up going Maurice Alexander because I did all 16 of them and I had like every position. Like I was happy with it. But yeah, don't like get positions that you're not going to use. Might as well get cards that you're going to use.
And then I haven't checked the AFC. You got anybody in the AFC? Cause I know the quarterbacks are kind of coming because of the speed, like the Tyrod Taylor and the Mariota. But I was really big fan of Jay Cutler because Jay Cutler looked pretty solid.
The card that I see in the AFC that I really want, and it's the same team as Marcus Mariota, and I know a lot of people like the Marcus Mariota card, but Brian Orakpo, I think he's very underrated. He has 89 power. I know that I think his traits are amazing too. He has like yes on pretty much everything.
This is why.
No, he doesn't have strip ball.
This is why you should have let us like get a chemistry.
91 power move.
So salty.
And 80 finesse.
Oh, he's 91 power move. He's 91 power move.
Yeah, Brian Orakpo. So I really like that card, but I don't know. I like there's some good corners. I like Eli Apple, Bradley Roby's solid. I know you mentioned Claiborne.
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, Roby looks
Giovanni
just like
Bernard.
looks like the card we just got this past team of the week. Like he has no coverage stats, but really good speed.
Yeah.
What's that one guy?
Running backs, yeah, Gio and Tevin Coleman, I think I think they're way above everybody else. I really like Gio. Tevin Coleman's obviously really good with that speed, but Gio's got them. He's more agile. Has like agility's like in the 90s somewhere. So I really like Giovanni Bernard. Wide receivers, anybody besides Terrell Pryor? Like anybody that sticks out? Like I know Terrell Pryor.
It's funny because the Skins have two players. They got Terrell Pryor and Crowder are both nice. It's just Terrell Pryor is 6'4".
Yeah. So it's easy to choose Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, easy to choose. But Crowder is like he's really good when it comes to like after the catch because how shifty he is. Same speed, same catching. It just sucks that he's only 5'10" or 5'8" actually. He's short. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not. That's definitely not the card you picked there. Yeah.
Cliff Averill over. I thought his stats are. He has like 91 finesse. His power move I think is in the 80s. Right end, he's fast. He's probably very similar to Daniil Hunter. But because I went bar, so Cliff Averill for the Seahawks. I don't know if there's anybody else in the Seahawks. I know Frank Clark. A lot of people are talking about, but if you're doing the Seahawks, check out Cliff Averill. I really like that card. It's probably very similar to Daniil Hunter. If you want to go bar and you want a pass rusher, Cliff Averill, 91 finesse move, I believe. High power move, like in the 80s or 80 somewhere in there.
It's just his block shed, though, so he's not really good at
the block shed is low, so really he's not good in the run. But if he like a pure pass rusher, he's very good.
Yeah.
So he's good at speed too. So yeah, he's not somebody if you want. I personally like players that have a defined role in your team because these cards may not in a month they probably won't really be on your team. So if you get somebody like middle of the road that has like solid stats all around, like you're not going to use him. Cliff Averill, I feel like has a defined role. He can rush the passer. He can do that. He's one of the best. So, but I don't know why I'm talking so much about Cliff Averill. We can talk about something else.
you didn't mention from the Ravens though. There's a lot of good guys in the Ravens as well. Tavon Young, the Jimmy Smith.
Tavon Young is one of maybe my favorite corner because he's one of the only corners that has big hitter. Obviously, Rod Woodson has it, but Tavon Young has big hitter, and it's all really good cards. So if you're looking for a corner with the big hitter trait, which is very hard to come by, Tavon Young does have that.
Yeah. Dog, like Jimmy Smith or Tavon Young, that's a tough choice. Like I like Jimmy Smith, 6'2", 85 speed, 89 press, or Tavon Young with 86 speed, 82 press, but also has a big hitter trait. That's a tough decision right
there. All right, moving on. Chewy, are you doing Weekend League at all?
I did it last week. I was grinding for Odell I wanted to get it done super fast, like as fast as I could.
Yeah.
So I could sell the card, even though I haven't sold it. I've just played it a few times with him. But I did not even touch it this week. I'm okay. Like last week, the week before, I'm not I'm a sniper. I love the game, but I mostly do sniping for my channel, but I went 11-5 my first week. I didn't do all 25. That was too much. So on the Xbox is way harder. I don't know if you talk about Xbox competition. I mean, I know a lot of people moved over to PlayStation, but Xbox is so stacked. I was happy going 11-5. I don't know what I would have went if I would have played all of them, but
I think it's pretty well understood that the best competition is on Xbox because all the competitive guys moved over to Xbox. Like at the top of the leaderboard on Xbox is filled with the guys that you're going to see at the end of the Madden Championship, and many of the competitive players move over here because of the higher competition. You can practice better, but it's easier to qualify, easier to play on PlayStation. I'm sure I'll get some comments saying like, no, PlayStation's awesome, but generally, when you see almost every single competitive player over on Xbox, it's understood that it's the superior console for competitive reasons. And you know a lot of YouTubers moved over to PlayStation, but that's more for collabs and stuff. So that's not so much for like the high end competition guys. But moving on to Weekend League. So do you think the rewards are worth it to grind out Weekend League, Chewy?
Absolutely not. The rewards are terrible. You're playing 25 games. Even if you get first place, which obviously only one person does it, 250,000 coins? Is that what first place is? Something like that. You get, I think, 6 elite packs. Even for first place, 25 games. I don't even think they're close to where they need to be for first place 25. I think it should be at least 500,000. Rewards should be at least twice as much, maybe even more. That's a lot of games. And then my packs, when I open them up, some people got some good stuff. I personally didn't get anything the first week I did it. Granted, I only had 11 wins, but the packs are... some people got really good stuff, some people not so much. I think they need to up the packs, make the packs better. They need to up the coins, and they need to, I think, give just higher... Like, only one player getting 250,000, that seems kind of low to me. Like, you have to be the best player on the console for that weekend, and for 25 games... 250,000 coins and 6 packs. Come on.
Yeah.
It got to be better than that.
And that's what everybody looks at the number one. They're like, oh, that's not bad for number one. But, like, most people.
One person.
Yeah, one person. Most people are going to get the crappy Elite 1 or Gold rewards. Even, like, so I got 7th after the audit. And it's like 200,000. What's up?
Well, how come they get everybody else wins but didn't give you a win?
I don't know.
They said they can't add wins, and all of a sudden I see some people that got disconnected to get wins. Like, what?
Yeah. Am I disconnected and get counted for a win? Yeah.
I'm legit confused, bruh. I'm legit I feel bad because, like, you did not deserve to get bumped down because they said that they can't add wins. They'll just get rid of the guys that cheated. And then they decided, nah, we lied.
We'll add wins, yeah.
You got 7th? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
He would have been top 5 if he gave him his win that he got disconnected from.
So you probably are even more so disappointed than rewards then. You get 7th place.
I literally...
Yeah,
on Tuesday, Monday, like, I was like, holy crap. Like, I felt weird because of how much I was raging and how much I was yelling. Like, like my blood pressure must have been... I think I talked about this last week. Like, I think my blood pressure was raised. It was like a physical toll on me. Like, sitting, screaming at a computer for 12 hours or a TV.
How many wins did you have?
I had 23.
23-2.
Yeah.
Wow, you're on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Xbox plays. Yeah. So Xbox, the top end competition. Wow. Even when I got to like 8 wins, I'm like, okay, we upped the competition. So the first few games, I think a lot of people will find if you're an okay player, you'll get through them. But like, yeah, I felt like once you get to 10 wins, big step up, and then obviously if you get to 23, you're obviously playing some of the best players. But wow, and then you see the rewards for 7th place. Like, I just played 25 games to make this. Like,
yeah, it's
no way that's worth it.
It's great. So we're really praying they add monthly rewards. I don't think we'll get anything for this month just because they haven't said anything yet. And if they add them in afterwards, I don't know. I'll feel ripped off because I skipped this past weekend to grind solos for Odell, and I'll be like, what the H? Announce the monthly rewards beforehand so we know what we're competing for. Because if they announce monthly rewards, I might have made a different decision. But I guess whatever. Yeah. That's Weekend League, and hopefully we'll get those going forward.
Hopefully with that, not with Weekend League, but I don't think you were going to mention this, but Super Bowl wins, that was a huge deal at the end of last year, getting a player. Give us a player for winning a Super Bowl.
That's a good idea.
You know what?
Yeah.
That was so popular.
Yeah.
It non-auctionable, it's cool, but give us something, a top-end player, which they did last year, at the end of the year, for winning a Super Bowl. Everybody loved it, but yet it's nowhere to be found. I don't know. EA, who are you listening to?
Me and Texas have expressed our pleasure and our love of those Super Bowl reward players too. Something to go grind for on head-to-head. So we agree. We hope they bring them back very soon. But we'll see with the weekend league and if they modify anything going forward.
I'm hoping that they, with the rewards, that they, for the guys in the elite tier, get a guaranteed higher overalls. Because, again, I mentioned earlier, there's no reason why I should see Vic pulling a 90 overall for not even getting in the elite tier. And then I see Stiff, who got, like, top 10, and he gets the highest pull is 87.
I know.
But the top 100, it should be, like, to me, like, it should be, like, a guarantee, like, 88, 89 or above. There's only how much is 100 people? It's not like they have to worry about the market. We're talking about the top-end 100 players. Why do they not give them guaranteed cards that are 88, 89, some of the best cards in the game? In my opinion, that makes the grind worth it. If you're a great player, you get rewarded, and it's not going to affect the market. I mean, if you throw in a non-auctionable, I mean, they can, I don't care, non-auctionable, you get a guaranteed 89 plus or 88 plus. I mean, something to make it where the grind, playing 25 games, which even then, probably still not worth it. That's a lot of games in a weekend, but I don't know. The reward's got to be better. I say they at least got to double it, double the coins across. They need to double the packs. I don't even know if that's far enough, but to me, it's not even close to where it needs to be.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned NAT and the effect on the market. As we saw last year with those ultimate tickets, when those were announced, I was like, oh my god, the ultimate ticket market's gonna crash. My team value's gonna crash. The ultimate ticket market, the value on those cards did not go down when the NATs came out and they were flooding the market because nobody has extra coins, whatever. So NATs seem like no matter how many NATs you give away, it's almost as like the market doesn't change that much.
I don't understand why they don't reward. I mean, the players, those are the people that are loyal to EA because obviously they play the game a lot. They grind 25 games on a weekend. What would be the harm in rewarding them with an 89 overall non-auctionable card? Like if you're top 100, give them all like 100 not 89 overalls added to non-auctionable. How much is that really going to affect your market? My guess is it doesn't move at all.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Hey, and with that head-to-head stuff, I'm hearing reports of disconnects and frequent. Some people are able to. There's a new disconnect glitch going on. I don't know how they're doing it. We're trying to figure it out currently. Have you guys heard any disconnect things going on or any glitches?
I have I seen CC, who is trying to grind weekend league, tweeted out a video at EA where he had a footage where the guy was losing and then he ends up getting the loss after getting kicked from the game. And then people who are playing weekend league, I hear in my comment section or my chat saying they got kicked from a game, or that they didn't get the win, or they got the loss for a guy for de-syncing. So it's happening a lot more frequently this year than I think it did last year, which is kind of interesting because it seems like they kind of like maybe fixed it last year, but nope, people went back into the table and are finding ways to kick people from games now again, so that way they can, not even getting rewards from it either, unless they maybe are getting rewards, which would be kind of scummy as well. But it's kind of crazy that people are still out here cheating.
Yeah, because they're gonna get. It's clear they're policing weekend league, and Jake even tweeted out that there's a lot of people, it looks like, cheating on weekend league, so that's why they weren't able to get the rewards out early on Wednesday like they wanted, so they had to wait till Thursday. So there's clearly something going on. I wonder if they'll be able to replicate it and patch it. But Chew, have you run into any disconnects?
I personally, I don't play. I've been actually playing a lot more in the last few days, but I haven't really run into it too much. But I have heard about it. I could be. I know that it happens in just about any game. Everybody's always trying to exploit it, but I don't understand why. Who cares enough to exploit the game? I know this is not, like, I know that people do it, and it's like the same thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense, especially on weekend league. Like, you're gonna get, like, they're monitoring that so closely, but I don't understand who cares so much that they're gonna get a disconnect when honestly we're talking about a video game where who really cares? But I know it's really frustrating for, obviously, if it happens against you. But I think I don't understand people. I don't know. This is like the most frustrating thing when I hear stuff. I don't get it. I honestly don't understand why people take it that seriously, that they try to find these glitches in the game when it's a game. It actually doesn't mean anything. You're not gonna, win a bunch of money from doing this, because obviously EA is gonna catch you if it's something that's worth anything. So I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't understand why people do it, just to troll people, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be ego related. So we'll see if that really takes over the ladder. But I really hope it doesn't, and that doesn't spread too much more. But it does look like it's. I'm getting more and more reports every day of it. All right, let's move on to Twitch drops. So EA's doing thing for Twitch streamers. And Texas, what's your opinion on EA helping out certain streamers over others and stuff like that?
I mean, I'm kind of glad EA is doing something more, because they did say they were going to try to like make it to where they're trying to be competition for these guys going elsewhere to get their get their funds.
Coin sellers, cough coin sellers.
Yeah, cough coin sellers. But again, it's still it's just weird that they're only messing with certain people. Like, how come my man over here that starts with a G, ends with 2 X's, doesn't got no Madden drops in the stream? Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you're referencing. Is there is it Goldilocks with 2 X's?
It might be. That's actually kind of fire right there. That's a nickname. But yeah, it's just you're still only messing with game changers, so they're not really enticing anybody if they're not giving it an option to anybody that wants to do it. Like, I feel like, because like, so for Fortnite, for example, they have a thing where you can literally do a quest in the game, and then you got 4 hours to stream, and then when you do that, you and the people that go in your stream have a chance at extra loot. And it's anybody. I feel like EA should be doing that same exact thing to encourage anybody, but that's not how Madden goes. They just mess with the guys they like, and then they wonder why guys that they want to work with eventually don't work with them because they don't talk to them. Like, they just kind of wait. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example of what EA is with this. Like, they'll wait for you to, like, it's like good behavior kind of in being in prison. Like, they'll just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and nothing comes of it. And then one time he messes up, man, why you do that, man? We were trying to work with you. You didn't say anything. And so it's cool that they're doing that. It's helping some of these guys grow, or at least hopefully it's helping some of these guys to grow a bigger audience on Twitch for their future, so they can make a little bit more revenue off of it. But
yeah,
they still
EA. I think EA, in my personal opinion, has done a ton for Twitch streamers this year, more than they've ever done for YouTubers. And I'm on both sides of the fence, so I feel like the Twitch drops, like both in the streams, like the people the last few weeks that I've seen that have done those Twitch drops, they've had like 2,000 people. They've been the biggest Twitch streamer in Madden for people stopping by and get that free stuff on Twitch streams. It's insane. Like, and then like when the MUT Wieners did it a few weeks ago, and they streamed the next day, they had a big following the next day too. I mean, the MUT Wieners generally, they weren't a very big streamer prior to EA messing with them. And then now that after that Twitch stream, then they streamed the next day. I haven't seen what they've streamed since then, but they held the next day a pretty good number of people. Not the same amount clearly, but and then the whole EA with the legends for the free Twitch legends, that's been crazy. I mean, the revenue increase for people like the streamers across the board are saying this is the most subs I've ever had in my life. Like Problems got like 2,000 subs, which is easily probably double what he had before. I'm guessing. I'm not so sure, but the fact that I think EA is doing a great job supporting this Twitch streams, and yeah, there's always more that can be done, but I again, another round of applause for EA on this, in my opinion. I've loved it as a Twitch streamer, seeing EA supporting Twitch streamers. It's been amazing. How about you, Chewy? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time a couple of years I've really followed, and I mean, obviously it benefits them. It benefits, more people watching Madden is good, and obviously it benefits the streamer. So, I mean, it's good all the way around. Nobody's going to complain that they're actually doing something. I mean, that's something. It definitely looks like, they definitely lean more towards certain people. I mean, if I started streaming, I don't think they'll be touching my streams, because I'm actually, like, not spending money on the game and actually showing you how not to spend money in the game. So I'm pretty sure EA probably hates me. But it definitely seems like they definitely, there's a little bit, maybe they go towards certain streamers, but obviously, like Problem Right, yeah, he's doing phenomenal, best he's ever done. But I don't know. I think they're doing all right. They can definitely do more. But this is a good step. I mean, we're talking about, this is really the first, they took a big step. This is a huge step they took in 2018. And I expect the 2019 to even be bigger. they're gonna see a lot of. I think they see that the numbers, on the streams, like you said, are phenomenal. So I think this is good. Obviously, they're focusing on Twitch. They're doing this stuff with Twitch. YouTube's kind of tossed to the side, but I think that's okay. I don't really mind that too much. But I mean, I'm on YouTube almost primarily, but it's just
I stream on YouTube, man. I need to come to YouTube.
I mostly stream on YouTube too. So, but I mean, it's not like I'm not too. I guess I'm just assuming that EA. I'm never gonna get on EA's. They're not gonna like me ever. But I don't know. I think something is better than nothing. Like, right? So we're seeing something.
So the first Madden tournament's coming up. I don't know, in about a month, maybe a little bit more. What's the over/under for number of viewers, and what do you think EA is gonna do to attract viewers? Obviously, they'll do a Twitch drop.
That's gonna be something crazy. Like, get one of these elite players these guys are using.
So they're gonna get like, for the number of people that watch these competitive Madden tournaments, we'll put it at like 9,000. So with the Twitch drops, add at least 2,000 to a random Friday night for 3 silver cards. 3 silver cards brings 2,000 people to a stream at once, and that's consistent through the whole night. So for these Madden championships, do you think they're gonna get? They'll probably get like 30,000 people if they give a good enough thing away, right?
Probably. I wonder what the watch time is on these things, because that happens sometimes when people clickbait videos where it has a lot of views, but you look at the watch time and it's like 20 seconds. Yeah. So I wonder what the watch time is on these streams.
That's a big number. You think they can pull? I mean, are you talking about like a full like legend sort of drop, or what are you talking about, like a big drop?
Well, Twitch drops right now are currently just like a pack that gives you 4 cards, and it's usually 2 gold. So if they do basically that, they'll probably still do more. But if they decide
Twitch drops only 3 silver cards.
Yeah.
You should. So I pulled gold out of mine. I pulled some this past week. I got four
maybe
cards.
It's guaranteed 3. I don't know. But,
I got 4 cards this last.
So you're saying 30,000 people for doing the same drop, or are you thinking if they drop something
crazy? I think they could potentially get 30K.
If they drop like a Brian Dawkins.
Yeah. Yeah, they drop like a
30K.
Drop like an 87, 88 overall Brian Dawkins for Twitch. Maybe a 90 overall. If they really want to drive viewership, they drop a 90 overall Brian Dawkins on, and if all they have to do is tune in, they easily get 30,000, maybe 50,000.
That's a big number for EA. I mean, for Madden on Twitch, though. Do you think they can push enough to get 50? I mean, now 30,000 I thought was big, but they can pull that much? Like, I don't know.
I mean, if they advertise that, we'll be streaming the championship this week, and be sure to come by, you get a guaranteed 88 NAT. Like, I think they could probably get that, because people like that stuff. But go in there, type it in, and leave. So people will be flooding in.
If you see free, you get clicks.
Yeah. So I think that was what we'll probably end up seeing, them hopefully to keep the viewership up.
That's a big number. Maybe I would take the under on 50,000, but even on but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if can it really pull that much. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Like, all right, so when you look at YouTube, the platform that EA is not supporting. Like, look at an average Toke or K or Anto video getting like 100,000 views a pop. And if you say there's going to be some free stuff on Twitch just for tuning in, I mean, it's clearly the audience is there. They're just not on Twitch.
Yeah, for sure. If you can somehow get I agree with that. If you can somehow get like Toke makes a video or Toke, puts out on YouTube or even just tweets out about it, probably works. But if he makes a video saying, hey, come, I'm giving away, there will be, not me personally, but there's going to be free 88 overall Brian Dawkins at the stream. All you got to do is tune in. Even a 10-second or K or, I'm sure that if you put in the YouTube audience, if you can somehow get a video or somehow, that's probably what they would do to get them over to Twitch. Oh yeah, I would probably take the over. If they do something like that, if they can figure out how to get, obviously Token K are pulling in.
Yeah, big numbers.
Huge numbers.
All right, so EA is coming back to the office Tuesday. They'll probably, by the time this podcast is up, they're in the office working, probably trying to get Team of the Week out and all that stuff. Might be a little delayed this week, but probably coming back from the hurricane. Doesn't look like too much terrible happened in Orlando. I know there was some bad stuff happened in the Caribbean and whatnot, but look for more MUT content. What do you think? A week or two out for our next promo, do you think, Texas?
I don't want to be like crass, but the hurricane wasn't that bad.
For Florida, it wasn't that bad.
For Florida. In other locations, I'm sorry that if you took that the wrong way. I know the Caribbean got hit pretty hard, and same thing with Cuba, but it wasn't that bad. So I mean, they should get back to schedule, unless like that Hurricane Jose decides it wants to make landfall as well. We probably won't see. We got Team of the Week tomorrow, or when they see this, it'll be Tuesday, and then we got Gauntlet Unleashed in the Weekend League. So we should probably get something in the next couple of weeks. I don't know what else they can add right now, because there's not really any promo they can do unless they decide
they have to make one up. They have to find like a color rush or something like that.
Yeah, make something up, because right now we won't get a Halloween until another month from now. So that's probably our next big promo will be that one, as well as probably something along the lines of the journey or the Gauntlet for the players that they'll add in the month of October.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that we'll be seeing anything until probably until October.
Wow, that's a long way. How about you, Chewy? Think we're getting anything this month?
I feel like, I mean, to me, like, I know, I mean, this is the first year I've really, like, followed, like, how much stuff is being dropped. It just seems like, I feel like we just got team leaders. Obviously, that was a big deal. So there might be, like, a few weeks to... Do you know what we need is, all they got to do is, it's really easy, like, just throw in some random promo with some limited time cards. Are we going to get some limited time cards?
That is weird.
And they're going to make a ton of money off of it. I don't know why we don't have any limited time cards. I don't think they're going to do it again, since they didn't do it last week. I'm assuming none of the Team of the Weeks will be limited time. So maybe that's do a promo where it's the first limited time cards we see them. Maybe whatever that promo is, make up a promo. But if they have limited time cards, you're going to get people to pull packs much more, I think. So it could be like basically anything. I think if you give them a couple weeks, I think people will pull packs. Because right now, who's really pulling anything, right? Like nobody's really pulling anything. So I don't know. I would like to see a promo. I always, even though it messes with the auction house, like you got to learn new prices. I still like. I mean, I love MUT, so I love seeing new stuff, so hopefully we see something. But
yeah, the only limited time cards we've gotten was that Urlacher and Gonzalez, but yeah, nothing really sent. It's weird that we don't have limited time legends on the weekend. It's maybe because they dropped 4 of them already with the different sets of chemistries.
So weird.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's right. We power up. We got a couple big topics left. Wow, this one's gone a long while. Texas power up sets with Eli Manning. We talked a little bit about that, but what do you think with the team leaders and power up sets?
I'm hoping that we do get them, because EA did say that the Masters weren't getting power-up sets, but they said nothing about the other guys in the game. So hopefully they didn't forget, because I think they forgot the last time. I don't think they were planning on dropping it a day later, because why do that? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why
this week for that? Yeah.
It doesn't make sense at all. Like, why not drop it the same day? Why wait to drop it? So there's a lot of players, the team leaders right now, that have power-ups. It's mostly a lot of the 83s and 84s have them. So I'm hoping that we see like Eli Manning, the Danny Shelton, the Vontae Davis. There's a few other players as well. So hopefully we get those when they get back in the offices. If not, they forgot, and we got to tweet these mother bleepers a bunch of angry expletives to get it in the game. Because I really, like, I'm debating on what's, like, picking players based off the power-ups. Like, I want Eli Apple, but if Eli Manning...
Is it really worth +1s across the board?
It's not necessarily worth it, but there's certain cards that might be. So Vontae Davis... he'll go from an 84 to an 86 to an 87 with the power up. We collect both of them. He'll have 90 plus agility, good acceleration, not really good mana zone coverage, but he'll have like 88 speed. So like that's not bad, especially for a card I can't get rid of. So if they have power up sets for NAT cards, you already got in your binder, then you can use those NAT cards and then power them up into another NAT card with another one and make a better one. So it's worth it for the people who don't really get good stuff out of their packs.
Can they give power down sets after Eli's performance against the Cowboys?
Go to 85 overall.
Okay, that's not really fair. His offensive line is terrible. But, yeah, I don't know if the +1s, though. That's the thing. Like, the only power-ups that I've done is my non-auctionable cards. Like, I have a Navarro Bowman. I hit in a pack. I'm like, sure, I'll power him up. But +1s, and then I did it with Jarvis Landry because he hit a threshold. So, once we do, I guess, more testing, I don't know who's working on that. I don't know you got anything in the works for more testing on? I know we have a lot of it. I don't know if we've done like when the testing for like power move and finesse move happens. Like if we know for sure that's like 90 and then like 95 maybe, but you know, like 80, 85, 90, 80, 90. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if we know that yet.
Generally I'm thinking 91 because that's the threshold for route running and zone coverage at the moment.
So we think maybe 91. So you're looking for that 91. So if you have 90 a +1 is definitely worth it. You can argue it. Again, you're getting it non-auctionable. So if you don't have the card, that is hard. Now, if it's a team leader, obviously it's non-auctionable anyway, so who cares? But for those who are doing team leaders, doing the power-ups, I can't imagine, unless you really like that card, you really like that player, if you really like Derek Carr, do you really want to run him? You want to buy the new card every time a one comes out to power him up? You want to run Derek Carr all year and have to buy the new Derek Carr every time it comes out to get get a better one? I don't know. No. I do like the way that it's just the card or the new one. You have the powered up one, you just get the powered up one and the new one. They didn't add any tokens or anything because that would have been way too expensive. But I can't imagine it's worth it unless you're a huge Derek Carr fan or a huge Eli, which obviously Texas is. But if you're a huge Eli fan, I just can't imagine that you're getting +1s on the card unless you're those thresholds. You're trying to reach a threshold. That's the only reason I could imagine that you would want to do that.
Generally, I think the power-up sets are the most hated thing in MUT right now for a community standpoint. I think people have expressed their anger on Twitter, through YouTube videos and whatnot, but I generally think that is the least liked part. What do you think, Texas?
Yeah, I believe so as well. I think people don't like them, mostly because they're not really clear about what these things are. The tokens are hard to get. Gold tokens are expensive now. Silver tokens are easy, but then the elite ones are expensive as well. And so I think people don't like having to do that. Plus, it's kind of annoying that I got to collect a bunch of cards to get a collectible to collect that collectible. That's kind of stupid. I gotta do all that just to put this other card to the set.
Get a +1.
Yeah,
get a few +1s.
So I'm fighting for the power up just because people who are doing the NAT upgrades, they should be able to upgrade to the best card into the game. So if Eli has a power up, you already got the 84 because you pulled the 83 out of one of those elite packs. Okay, let me be able to power up to 87. So we use this guy quarterback. It'd be viable. 84. If he gets upgraded to 87, he'll have 84 throw power, 82 throw deep. He has all good throwing stats, which is important.
Unless it's not, if you already have it non-auctionable, you can argue it. But again, you're putting all those coins in for a card that you could just buy a quarterback that's probably very equivalent to that same.
But can you though? Because Eli Manning 87 overall shouldn't cost you that much if you.
Yeah, those NAT sets are expensive though. They're like 2 gold badges.
It depends on which one it is, but yeah, you're right. Because the Landon Collins I did.
How much does a gold token cost? A gold token alone is pretty expensive, depending on the team.
Yeah, depending on the team,
20, 30K.
But the Colts ain't going for much. So let me get my 87 Vontae Davis. Let me get my Vontae. That's all I want. I just want to be able to have the power sets in the game.
And obviously, elite tokens. If you have to throw in an elite token, that's
elite tokens typically reserved for the 88s or 89s to 90s because of the ability.
Yeah. All right. So, team of the week. Are you guys satisfied that they're getting the actual? They're actually putting out a team of the week, and is it a good replacement for Football Outsiders, Chewy?
Oh yeah, I don't really. I've never really cared about Football Outsiders, so I honestly don't really care too much about Football Outsiders. But I've never really thought too much of that program overall, or promo. But I don't know. I like it. I like having a whole team. I think I actually really enjoy seeing you get you're getting 26 cards every Tuesday or every Monday, right? It's usually Monday.
Tuesdays now.
It is Tuesday. Okay, so I didn't know if it was for some reason I was thinking Monday. I don't know why, but yeah, every Tuesday you're getting 26 cards, and you're gonna get. I don't know. I think that's way better than what they've done in the past. A whole team of the week. I think that's awesome. I'm ready to see a 97 overall Alex Smith after that game, but okay, he's probably getting a card, but I'm guessing it will be I don't even know what his base is. It'll probably be an 85 or something. So he's an 80.
Yeah.
So it'll probably get an 85 or something. But yeah, so I don't know. I like it. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I would still like to see limited times, but I don't know.
Yeah, I get you. Texas.
Limited times would be dope for this, mostly because again pulling packs is cool, but. Not a fan of the Team of the Week pack. The bundles are garbage. Also not a fan of the fact that there's a lot of low-tier Team of the Week cards, so you can basically spend a lot of money for basically silvers.
That's true. For the pack pulling guys,
yeah. It's kind of scummy. But the sets are pretty easy. If they added the wild cards that we discussed this last week, they'd be good to go. But adding anything extra in packs to pull for is better than... Because why pull packs on Tuesday? You can just pull packs on Saturday for all the cards that are in the game.
Yeah, I generally agree. Like, I would prefer a limited time card and all these things, but yeah, you can't hate it. Scheme of the week's it's fine in my opinion. It's nothing amazing, but it doesn't take anything away from it. And I like new content. I'm not the Texas who despises all the new content.
See, like, I wouldn't hate the new content. They weren't lying. Like, they came out with an 87 overall to an 88. It was +1s. Cool. Don't be out here lying to me saying that, like, it's fit in my face telling me it's raining. That's what they kept doing. So I didn't want that much content because I won't keep cussing at them. They were to the point where they were lying to us. I'm like, yo, just don't put out content if you don't keep lying to us. And they listen to us. But now they're making the +1s actually matter. So.
Yeah, weird, huh? All right, so last topic, then we'll wrap it up. The patch that happened, Texas. What have you? What patch? Yeah,
what patch?
That's essentially your thought on it. What do you think? You played some head-to-head, right?
I played some draft champions, but I haven't played as much as other people have said. But I'm going based off a guy that played a game a lot, which is Savage Mad, and he said that zones didn't work, which is one of the main things they updated in this patch. And I'm inclined to believe that because EA said they're going to tune the gun monster formation out of inside zone. And it's not tuned because dudes still get pancaked. I would not be surprised if they just take that play out of the game after this next patch.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't get patched. That
like,
seems like
it was
one.
in there. It was in there saying they patched inside zone out of formation, and nope, still gets pancakes.
Well, they talked about block sheds in inside zone to nerf those, and still inside zone's pretty good, but. Did they specifically target the monster in the patch? I can't remember now. I thought they did.
It just said inside zone, I think, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's monster." I think that's what the.
Oh, so maybe monster isn't in there. They should be in there though. What? That's weird.
Yeah.
Seems
So
like
you can still cheese it. It's still solo challenge cheese. So do it until they decide to patch it.
Yeah. Chewy, what do you think? What have you noticed?
I don't know. I feel like I think there is definitely a difference. I definitely think that they definitely still need to. Work on some things. One, it's raw, so I got to kickoffs. Kickoffs are way too overpowered. There is so much luck involved that how many kick returns have you guys had for touchdowns? Like this, it's like you just open up a huge gateway to run in for a touchdown. I've had so many returns for a touchdown and given up a bunch too. So I'd like to see something there, but. I don't know if that would ever get fixed.
I gave up one on a weekend league with 20 seconds left in the game and lost me the game.
But I don't know. I've noticed the deep blues play a little bit better. Everything's just a little bit better. I'm completely okay with the offensive prowess, like how good it is. I don't really mind that too much, but I would much rather that way than making the defense just too good. If you remember. Back in 17, let's not forget. See, I prefer Madden 18. Madden 17 had the swerve, and it had Nickel Blitz too. So both are absolutely ridiculous. I don't really see anything like that in Madden 18. Yeah, the gun monster, but if you run I run I run a lot of 4-6. Like I put it's not a big deal. You don't get those pancakes, but you got to work around it. It's kind of annoying, but to not get those pancakes. So. That's annoying, and yeah, I would be completely okay if they just get rid of that formation. But I don't know. I don't want to forget how bad, to me, I don't know if you guys agree, but Madden 17, in my opinion, the gameplay was awful. It was almost to the extent of, you would spam Nickel Blitz 2 if you wanted to get instant. You could send 3 people, and you would have to block 6, and it still got good block sheds.
Yep.
And then you had to swerve. If you were good at swerving. Now, I know Problem Right stopped Volt, but really, I don't think Volt played that well in that game.
And Volt stopped himself, too, because he wasn't throwing the swerve the proper way. He was doing it.
Yeah, it looked bad. When he was trying it, Problem was, of course, he played it well.
You can't stop the swerve. There's nobody in this game. You can't stop it.
I thought I could stop it until I started playing people that actually could swerve. I'm like, oh, yeah, you click on, you just take control, you beat the guy to the main. No, it's not. It's so let's not forget, in my opinion, Madden 17's gameplay was almost you couldn't even play it without just getting raging every time. So Madden 18, I honestly think Madden 18 is not that bad. I do think I see everything I see. I was hoping they would fix, but they haven't. I think it can be patched. So the zones obviously need to get a little bit better, but I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't think it's. I think it needs work. Gun Monster. Zones still could play better. I still had I had Rod Woodson. they threw the ball and he was still running backwards as the ball was in the air. Like, of course, like, hello. But I don't know. I think it's okay. I think the patch was it was a disappointment, but I don't want to forget Madden 17. So I have really low expectations.
Yeah,
my expectations are so low
yeah.
that Madden 18 is really hard for me to disappoint. I don't know how you guys feel about the 17-18, but I'm actually think the gameplay for 18. I'm much more pleased with 18 than 17.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Outside of the random taking control of my player when I go to tackle somebody, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a couple things that it could use tuning, like on those jukes, like Texas says.
Fumbling.
But, yeah.
You seen those videos of people like not being able to pick up fumbles or the tip picks that go 40 yards across the field and get caught?
Yeah, that's funny. Those were there. Those were there in
17.
Yeah, those were there in 17 also. Well, I guess it's progress, and I'm still having fun. I'm having fun playing 18. I had fun playing 17, so maybe I'm not the best judge of it, but I guess we'll see where we go from here with the patch. I think purples play a little bit better. I think cloud flats don't. They don't play as deep as they did before the patch, so I think purples might be the move, but I've only grinded solos since the patch. I don't know how the heck you finished 300 solos already. I'm only at 100. I don't know, man.
It was a terrible decision.
Yeah.
If anybody's finished it, I'm sorry. You should not have spent that much time. You need to space it out. Do not grind it out in like 3 or 4 days. That was it's like the journey. You don't do 80 solos on the journey in a few days.
But
it's the worst decision you'll make.
It's done though. I wish I would have made that decision. Just got it done because it's so bad. I still got 200 left.
Oh my! I got more than y'all.
But yeah, from what I've noticed online, cover 3 actually just keeping the purples. A lot of people are running the purples. I think that's the move. What I've noticed, they do play pretty well. I've ran into some issues where I got to figure out how to beat it. I know you put a video out, so go check out Cover 3 Beater. You put that out, I think, not that long ago.
Yeah,
so,
today.
Yeah, so I didn't want to say today because I didn't know when you wanted this was
going
right.
live.
So I'm like, I was doing the whole.
Good point.
You don't want to
being vague.
Yeah, so I knew you put it out today. I was actually watching it, so I was trying to learn because I don't know how to beat Cover 3.
Yeah.
But so Cover 3 is definitely, at least the purples. From what I've noticed, play actually very well.
Yeah, basically what you want to do is just be a check down king. I mean, it's the same as 17.
Go to the flats the entire time.
Flats and drags. Flats and drags. And then when they get a corner on the field, and then when they hard flat you, throw it to the corner. Watch the NFL. Watch Brady when he's successful. Watch Rivers. Watch these quarterbacks when they're successful. They're always throwing within like 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and the offense just keeps moving. Just replicate that, and that's what I like.
Yeah,
to
especially with how jukes and spins work this year.
And big hit's terrible, so do go for big hit and literally miss you completely.
Oh yeah.
So you just run drags and that the entire time, get down the field on big plays. It's not fun to watch, but it's effective and it's annoying to stop. So if you do that the entire time, your opponent is going to be raging. And then he decides to commit hard to the flats.
And then it'll do hard flats.
Take
You have
over
to
the
be
top.
over top. Yep.
Make sure you have a post on the field too. Those are always powerful. Posts, corners, drags, and flats. That's the way to win in football. But all right, that's it for the podcast. MUT Men 77 coming into a wrap. Texas, any last words?
Good episode, guys. We hustled extremely well. We played to win, and we got the W.
Hey, Chewy. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your knowledge on everything, man. Auction house especially. Take care, man. Everybody check him out on YouTube. Any last words?
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much for the kind words. Thanks for having me. Yeah, that was exactly how I dreamed it.
All right, fair enough. All right, everybody. I will see you